Will rescheduling cannabis help or hurt cannabis companies? Cannabis entrepreneurs and founders, listen up. Now, you might have heard that the Biden administration is looking to reclassify cannabis from a Schedule I drug to Schedule III drug. Now, what this does, this reclassifies cannabis from an illegal and controlled substance like heroin and ecstasy to one with more clearly defined and open laws. Now, for cannabis entrepreneurs like you, this possibly means a drop in effective income tax rates from 70% to more normal income tax rate, and most corporations pay closer to 21%. Now, this also opens up banking and investment in the industry, which can be huge. Now, stay to the end and I'll explain what we know about this so far and what you should be doing. How's it going? My name is Eric Niem. I support a network of nonprofits and orphanages by helping cryptocurrency and cannabis entrepreneurs with their accounting and tax. I've been working with high-growth business owners just like you for the past 13 years as an accountant and CFO and have seen a thing or two. So before we get started, let's first break down how cannabis is presently taxed. Now, cannabis is a federally illegal substance presently, and is also a Schedule I drug. Business owners that grow, harvest, or sell cannabis and cannabis-related products must follow IRS Code Section 280E. What does this mean? 280E does not allow for any deductions for normal business operation costs other than cost of goods sold. This means you can't deduct things like payroll, rent, utilities, or anything like that. This leads to founders and business owners effectively paying upwards of 70% as an effective tax rate when the average corporation only pays 21%. And this is all because they can't deduct expenses. Now, as a tax strategist and an advisor, Section 280E makes it very hard for a legal cannabis entrepreneur to succeed, often leading to many selling on the black market. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York said in a statement, "While this rescheduling announcement is a historic step forward, I remain strongly committed to continuing to work on legislation like the Safer Banking Act, as well as the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity, which federally deschedules cannabis by removing it from the Controlled Substances Act." Now, currently 24 states and the DC, or District of Columbia, has legalized cannabis for recreational use by adults, and 38 states allow for medical use of cannabis products. State licensed dispensaries are estimated to generate over $32 billion in sales. It's crazy. Now, moving marijuana out of a Schedule I classification could do a couple things. It could open up more avenues for research, ease some of the more harshly punitive criminal consequences, but more importantly, at least for me as an accountant, allow cannabis businesses to bank more freely and openly. But perhaps more significantly, for state licensed operators, this move will result in firms no longer being subjected to a 40-year-old tax code that disallows credits and deductions from income generated by sales of Schedule I and II substances. Now, personally, as a cannabis-focused accounting and tax firm, I've seen many founders saddled with massive tax bills that effectively made their profitable business incredibly unprofitable after tax. Now, what this will also do that's going to be interesting is it's going to open up the industry for mergers and acquisitions, venture capital funding, and also companies can now be valued much higher. The ability to actually deduct true expenses will help clarify EBITDA and expand multiples of valuation for business owners. Business owners are going to see their valuations grow significantly. So what should you be doing right now if you're a grower, a product developer, or a dispensary owner? First, you're going to want to make sure your tax returns are on extension. Plan on amending your tax returns when this law changes. Next, you're going to want to engage with an accountant or CFO that understands the cannabis industry to make sure your costs are being properly tracked for those tax returns as well. Also, you're going to want to start building out your pitch decks and budgets to raise capital if you're potentially looking to grow and scale using venture capital. Finally, you're going to want to establish really strong banking relationships because you may be able to start putting all of your cash in the bank without having it sitting around. In terms of a timeline, we're probably looking at this being instituted in the next 90 to 200 days, depending on the DOJ and the DEA. Now, this can be the beginning of a massive green movement and a green year for cannabis entrepreneurs like you. Now, it's super important to stay on top of these changes and engage with professionals like myself that understand the space. Now, if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more amazing business content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Until next time, dream high, dream big, and remember, the sky's the limit. This is Eric signing off.